I was so angry and sad while watching this documentary, not just about the hurricane and Mother Nature, but how America, the American media, the American government treated the people of New Orleans. They really treated these people like they were criminals when they were just victims. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Ebony T here. And over the weekend, I binge watched the Hurricane Katrina documentary. It's called Hurricane Katrina: Race Against Time. And it is a 5-part docu-series directed by Tracy A. Curry and executive produced by Ryan Coogler. I've heard about Hurricane Katrina over the years. I remember when Kanye did the whole
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
George Bush hate black people, when they were trying to raise money for Hurricane Katrina. But Hurricane Katrina happened in 2005 and I was in the 5th grade. So in the 5th grade, how old are you? Like 10? So I didn't really know exactly all that happened, but I've also seen movies too about it. I saw the movie with Bow Wow and Forrest Whitaker when they was playing basketball, and they showed a little bit of what happened in New Orleans. It was based during that time, so I just knew snippets. I just know like the hurricane took them out, but I didn't know the political and the media things that happened, and this movie put all of that into light for me, and it really is fucked up. Yeah, I'm going to do an episode breakdown for each episode. They told them like you should leave your homes, right? They told them they should leave their homes. And they told them like at least like 2 days before, or was it a day before? I think it was 2 days before Katrina. Whose house are you going to? What flight are you purchasing when you do not have money? Of course, people want to leave, I'm sure, but they were saying how a lot of people didn't have money. Like, where are you going? I have to stay in my home. I pay for this home, or I live in this apartment. I'm staying here. Where else am I going? And plus, there was so much traffic of people trying to get out of the city. Like, you saw so many people on the road trying to leave. So it's like, where can I really go? You can't really go nowhere, babe. Especially if you have kids. Imagine you're a single mom of 3. How you gonna fight for all them kids? So a lot of people did stay, and they did not know how bad it was going to get because they went through something like this before, but not as bad. And you see the water just rising and rising and rising, and people are going on the roofs or their attics of their houses so that they won't be underwater. And it's just so sad when people just work their whole lives for their house, you know, and it to be completely destroyed in your life. And some people died, and whew, baby, it just made me sad. Episode 2, you see the levees break. The whole city just started to get flooded. Like everywhere, cars were underwater, people were underwater, houses were underwater. Like, oh my God, it was just so sad. Episode 3, you see people inside the Superdome. Like, it's so sad. Oh my God, you just see babies, women, just in the Superdome starving. People are of course stealing from I don't even want to say stealing because that just sounds bad, but they're taking food because they don't have anything. They haven't sent anyone to these people in New Orleans. They haven't sent help. They haven't sent food. So people are doing what they have to do. So they just put all these people at the Superdome. Like, and I didn't even mention how I saw some people like in boats. They had some police officers in boats picking people up from their houses, sending them all to either like this to the interstate, I believe, or a highway, and then they sending some people to the Superdome. And it's like thousands and thousands of people at the Superdome, like not bathing, hungry. People probably have medicine that they need. Some people are diabetic. And it's just like, wow, it just gives me chills thinking about it, like how all these people had to sleep outside, and our government didn't do anything about it. They watched the television as people were saying they were hungry. You saw men holding babies talking about they haven't been fed in days, and it was just sad. Like, they was holding the babies up on the TV so people could humanize them, and they still tried to dehumanize these people, saying people were shooting at the helicopters, raping people in the Superdome. They were stealing. They put out a media thing saying that people are looting and stealing needs to be arrested. What? So you're more worried about saving a piece of bread than a person's life? Like, that's what they were worried about. People stealing food when these people have no food. Y'all haven't brought any food to these people. They're starving. And this is days. Like, people are hungry. They have to steal what they have to steal. They have to get what they have to get for their families. And you're telling me that they cannot? So the head of FEMA during Hurricane Katrina was Michael D. Brown, and he did absolutely nothing. Yo, like, it was so crazy how he talked about the people of New Orleans like they were criminals. He was the one reiterating that there are criminals there, that the police officers, they need to have their guns up, the army to have their guns, and these people are not criminals. They just suffered one of the biggest tragedies in American history, and you're bringing people with guns. When he was getting interviewed by the news, he was saying, oh, we didn't know this, we didn't know that. And they're like, what? They told us that that wasn't true. And George Bush during that time, Kanye was so right. Like, now I don't like Kanye like that, but because the stuff he say is ignorant. But when he said George Bush do not like black people during that, he's so right, because George Bush did not care. He was calling people from Katrina criminals, and they were victims. In episode 4, that's when the military response came in. The army basically turned the community as suspects. They were saying basically black bodies were seen as looters, calling them looters. So when they were saying all of that in the news, calling them looters, you saw white men with guns, not even police officers or nothing, just shooting people. Like, and these people haven't done anything to them. Police guards even shooting innocent bodies. Like, and these people were victims. You're beating people up. Like, so many people lost their lives, and it was really crazy. The last episode, it shows you how they wasn't even trying to give them money to rebuild. They were trying to have people just sell their homes. They were just like, sell your homes. And of course, a lot of people did sell their homes because they didn't want to deal with the government not giving them enough money to repair their homes. They were not trying to give them any money to repair. They had to sell their homes. People had to move into trailers. This is all systemic racism, because they did that purposely. They purposely didn't give these people money so they won't rebuild their homes. A lot of people that's from New Orleans have said now a lot of the area is gentrified since then. And it's not the old New Orleans. They went up on the pricing of homes. I remember one guy on there that he was in the documentary often said how he did leave after Katrina and after the buses came to save them and stuff like that. When he did come back home, like, the housing market was through the roof. So a lot of people that are originally from New Orleans cannot come back and get an apartment. So a lot of people stayed like in the nearby states like Texas and like Mississippi and stuff like that. The racism that went on during Hurricane Katrina is just really heartbroken. Like, the poor and the black people were treated so badly. And George Bush and Michael D. Brown, y'all gonna get Charles one day. Y'all gonna get Charles one day. I don't know if y'all got it yet, but y'all gonna get Charles. And the people that were lying on these people, y'all gonna get Charles, because God don't like ugly. I want to give a big shout out to the Lieutenant General Russell. He was so pivotal and he was so badass with everything that was happening during Katrina. Like, he really took charge for his people. I swear to God. Like, when they were saying all of these bad things and not trying to do things but trying to sabotage everything, he was like, no, you're lying. But he was putting people in their place. He was like, no, you're lying, that's not happening. When they were saying people were shooting at the airports, he was like, no, they're not shooting. He said maybe one person shot because they were trying to get the helicopter to come and get them. Remember when they were trying to take people on planes to, a lot of them didn't know where they were going. They were just putting them on planes, taking them to different states. When one of them, they said they didn't have a manifest, and he was like, you don't need no manifest. Like, they was trying to sabotage once again, and they said the airplane couldn't fly because they didn't have no manifest, and he nipped that in the bud. He nipped a lot of things in the bud for the New Orleans people, and I really want to shout him out because he was amazing. He showed up and he showed out. The mayor, Ray Nagin, he could count his days because He did not prepare his people. He was reiterating what the news was saying. He was actually there in New Orleans while all of this was happening, and he did not stand up for nobody. I think he got indicted too. He did go to jail in 2014. He was convicted on charges of corruption and bribery related to his time as mayor, including accepting kickback and misusing his office for personal gain. He was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. His criminal case was separated from his role during Hurricane Katrina, but it further damaged his legacy. Overall, I give the documentary a 10 out of 10. It was so good, and I'm glad to just relearn history, like, because they're trying to erase our history. So to be reintroduced to what happened, I feel like it was just so good. What Ryan Coogler did once again. And I feel like everybody needs to watch this. Like, everybody needs to watch this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. Let's talk about it. What do you think?